Action, lights, etc. Hey guys, welcome back. We're in game number 3. Tied up 1-1 here for the DreamHack Open 2014 DreamHack Winter. It's still the very early stages of day 1, so don't worry, none of your favorite players are knocked out yet. But spawn here in the bottom left corner of the map. It's going to be Startail Life.
The bright as the blue Zerg. It's your Flash Wolves Leenock.
Okay, so Leenock played a style that I think was kind of expected. You know, you got to put like meters of predictability, like what are the chances Leenock does this versus that, and like the meters are always going to be the highest. But Life with an early pool yet again. I mean, it's really hard to be like, oh, Life lost that game because of his opener. I really don't think that was it at all. I mean, his opener worked out pretty nicely for him, actually. I'm going to say junk, but Leenock's sake here. We'll see if he decides to go for the pool first or if he goes for his own hatchery. Greedy mode. Well, I should be more like standard mode, but yeah.
Looks to be a hatchery. Yes, hatchery. Alright, so this could look kind of similar to last game. Like I said, it is a little different. It is not as far away a distance. So, not quite sure how that plays into, like, the timings, so... There's like a 5-second difference between King Sejong and Overgrowth or something.
I think Overgrowth's got a faster rush distance just because you don't have to take that big zigzag, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. But I mean, like, how much is the difference?
Where is Mr. Daniel Fenner?
Right, exactly. He's the one that made that post, and I really don't know. I just know that it is faster. It was just like the last game. The Overlord does scout the Lings, so he does, you know, can mentally prepare. I'm not sure how late that's gas or that pool was, but he does cancel the gas.
Yeah, so this again, we'll see if he decides this is because this is hitting early enough. He may actually be able to buy enough time with canceling the hatchery. Last time he had to leave that up, right? So he lost that 300 minerals in the other game. This time, just due to the timing of this, he may actually be able to let this go like 90% and get a cancel off with without losing too much for it. But even if he does let this complete, still like those crucial seconds to actually getting your lings out can sometimes be a hell of a big deal. Even a couple larvae that just spawns. Yeah, the first lings actually coming out of this egg. Actually, that's gonna be a bit problematic.
Yeah, it might just die. Hopefully it gets away for Leenock's sake. But of course, Life goes into the main, sees what's up. 10 lings are on the way for Leenock though. Oh,
they actually catch them in that choke. That works out really nicely for Leenock. Still, though, he's going to have to stack the drones and try not to take too many losses from this. Life, just like last game, snuck out a bunch of drones while this is going on. So, while he does have a Zergling lead, when that queen comes out, it really shifts the tide of this.
Oh, there we go. I was waiting on that speed for Life. He did have above 100 gas, and honestly, with a build like this, figured like seconds really matter. I thought he was also going to take away from gas, and he does take away from gas. 2 guys from gas. He might need Banelings later on.
Oh, nice. Barely gets the extractor out.
Won't kill this Overlord unless he brings his other Overlord in position. Not even gonna try. It doesn't even matter. And of course, I think Leenock knows that speed is on the way again for Life, but this is a little different. Life goes for a Baneling Nest. I believe last game he chose not to. It was Leenock that went for the much faster one, knowing a follow-up all-in was coming, or highly likely. So it's a bit of a swap. Leenock, he's not throwing down his own, and he will need it.
Okay, so I really like the Spine Crawler. It's very unfortunate this gets forced in the main. I feel like every time we see this particular Spine Crawler, it gets down here, it tries to burrow, but the Lings body block it, and it can't do anything. It gets awkward and dead.
That is its job, yes.
I mean, it seems to be the case. Like, the thought process is nice, but we still have to wait for that creep to spread. If these queens leave the ramp, this can get very dangerous. That speed versus no speed, okay, guys, it doesn't apply any damage. You don't get an attack speed increase or anything like that, but the mobility, the potential to surround, it's all pretty big deals. But these Banelings going to try and connect to some of these Lings. They don't have to get amazing connects, just enough for Life to snowball. And that already seems to be the case. Leenock, not quite with his Baneling Nest like last time, is going to try and fight on the ramp. He's probably going to have to lose this natural yet again. It's really unfortunate. Again, if he leaves this ramp, if he opens the doorway, these queens are going to die so quickly with a surround. So will that Spine Crawler.
He has 12 lings on the way. His piece for the finish, but oh, the queens get trapped, and that's probably game. They should die even with the transfuses.
Well, actually, super good job holding this spike cooler. It's just barely in range to help snipe this off. And Leenock somehow is not going to keep all 3 queens alive, but he lives.
Oh, there's a lot more lings on the way and a couple of banelings, but this time Leenock has at least a breather to make his own banelings. Unfortunately, 2 of them were made right in the front. They could be targeted down, but actually going for the queens instead. Not a bad move, except he doesn't actually kill them.
Can he just execute these queens, please? Like, there's 300 minerals. It's like killing a hatchery right there. 2 queens just like almost dead. The longer you waste, the better chances to transfuse this available. In fact, there's almost one ready.
I got one of them at least, but I think the banelings are more for life did not go on a whole lot at the natural, and this is actually life's last few lings he's gonna pump out. Leenock though, he is the one down in drones, and they're both droning right now, so only one were killed for life, but I guess life controlling the pace of this game, Leenock has fallen behind a little.
But that's kind of what I like about life, and I think that's, you know, everybody jokes them like, okay, it's life's lings and all this stuff, like that's his magic unit, blah blah blah. But I think the strength of it comes like he knows when to dedicate and when not to. Like, just decide, you don't just arbitrarily say, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna stop and make drones. Like, it's calculated with life. He knows what can and can't work. But oh, goodbye Take TV. For life's sake here, like he definitely, you know, the earlier pool is always risky because if you cause no damage at all, you know, you've cut workers for nothing. But with this sort of setup, both players even footing the differences. Leenock has lost more. The Leenock is, you know, queens have died. The hatchery's low. This very well may get executed a little bit later on too, just because it is so low.
Maybe.
45 lings from life, still not a pretty sight to see dead. Either way, a difference of, what's that, barely like 80 something, 81 resources differentiates these 2 players. So as far as resources lost, both going up to lair, but Leenock once again, well actually I take this back, 4 gases this time, but with an evolution chamber and with a roach horn. So,
oh, not a spire, how weird.
It is. I will go out and say it, it's just straight up weird. So I mean, the Roach Wars are something Leenock's definitely able to play. It's something he's accustomed to. I think it's at this point, if you're a professional player, you know how to do roaches in ZVZ. It's what it comes down to a lot of the time. This little lead with tech... Oh, it's actually life going for Hot Spire. What the fuck? This little lead with tech is kind of cool. I don't think Bro's come to great effect in the past going for it this early, but this is something we usually see come out a little bit later in the game.
It's... I think Lucira was doing some like pretty early burrow, not necessarily such shenanigans, but just like having it as an upgrade, and it was pretty useful just for healing up the roaches on the retreat. If you thought it was going to be a roach versus roach war, which Leenock still thinks it is. I mean, obviously they're still going to heal versus mutas, but he does not know that it is mutas. He knows that a lair was on the way, but has yet to check again.
Come on over here.
Recently.
You're like right there, buddy. Just go.
Little. Dodge to the right, dodge to the right.
No, don't go to the right. If he goes to the right, he won't see it. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, it depends on who you're cheering for, right?
Oh, for the life, I guess, yeah. Fair enough. Anyways, so the Spire gets revealed, but for Leenock's sake, like, I don't think this is really going to disrupt his game plan too much. He's going to lose these roaches. He might be able to sneak off a burrow.
Well, what might be important is that, okay, he also saw the roach warning. So, like, Leenock so far is like the only player that I've seen consistently go for like mass muta, like with the banelings and the broodlords, but it wasn't always an option for life to do it as well. So seeing the roach warren as well as the spire was nice. He knows there's going to be a transition. He doesn't have to worry necessarily about getting like, you know, the fastest infestors or, you know, too many queens. Obviously you do want to deal with the mutas eventually, but not quite as snowbally if they're not going to go into mutas. Leenock was on an invitation pit though, so like, is he still gonna go for fast? But he doesn't have a spire.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's just a roll reversal. He's gonna be getting Fungal Growth and all that.
Yeah, I guess so.
For life's sake though, the way he's chosen to do this is where you get that spire, but like, I was really expecting like 10 mutas or something. Like, he is not invested in this at all. He's just gone for like Overlord cleanup mutas is what he's done here.
3.
Like, yeah, 3 or 4 exactly. He'll strip vision away from Leenock without dedicating too much into it. Does get a kill in the main with the queen, not too bad. And Leenock has, in all technicality, overreacted to the mutas by making this many spore crawlers. Was really expecting life to play a style similar to him, but that's actually not the case. And I don't know, life with 3 mutas and a spire, does it outweigh 4 spore crawlers and a couple queens? I mean, the bait wasn't that crazy. I guess at the end of the day, stripping Overlord vision from your opponent is a big deal.
I think what here is what is more important is that all that didn't go into the metas that Leenock would have goes into roaches, and suddenly you have like a big supply lead for life. Leenock is investing into an upgrade that is not going to help him right now, and even if it was ready, it might not help him anyways.
Yeah, over double the roach count right now, 31 versus 11. I mean, like Leenock, he's just kind of going, oh, where's the time gone? Oops, I guess I'm dead.
Checks his watch. It's death time. All right then.
Yeah. This is just way too much for life as it comes across the map. I mean, both players have 1-1. As far as even footing goes, it's just a numbers game, and Life's numbers are way better than Leenock's. I mean, I'm really surprised the drones weren't pulled into this either. Like, this is like, it's desperation time. The hatchery gets sniped, the roaches are going down, and looks like so will Leenock. GG!